Hello, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen. My goal and my mission is to tell the truth about adrenal fatigue and how it goes much deeper than the adrenals. It impacts your ability to make energy. And today I'm going to talk to you about the relationship between stress and anxiety and how to finally get some relief. And these are probably three main things that you're not thinking about that can really impact your stress level so that you don't get anxious. The least stressor in the middle of the day causes you to be overwhelmed. You feel like you're in that sympathetic fight or flight all day, can't get into rest and digest. It's impacting your energy, it's impacting your life, and you are frustrated. So that's what this video is about. Today I want to talk to you about three main things that you may not be looking at that are impacting you and your ability to get out of overwhelm. The first one is natural flavors, or glutamate. And we'll also talk about glutamine. But natural flavors, the FDA does not require manufacturers to put MSG on there. They'll put natural flavors, and you will be eating foods that have glutamate in it. So you know about MSG when you go to certain restaurants, they put MSG in their foods, but manufacturers put it in any foods that typically is packaged, like potato chips or other foods that have different coloring. And it's really, when we say ubiquitous, it's everywhere in your food supply if you're not eating a really plant-based, whole food-based nutritional diet. So be really careful about that, because what that's going to do is that's going to put the glutamate levels a lot higher. Now, glutamate is really important. Glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter, so it's what gets us up, it's what motivates us. Highly intelligent people and having a lot of tasks and very accomplished and to-do lists and checking them off and getting them done. But the problem is that if you don't have a fine balance and your glutamate levels are really going through the roof and you're not able to get it through that funnel into GABA, you are going to feel that overwhelmed, sympathetic, can't focus, is anxious, maybe have panic attacks. And you really got to look at your foods, the natural flavors. Now, a lot of people will use glutamine as well. It's a great nutrient, it's a great protein. A lot of people use it for gut health and gut repair. However, if you have some challenges with that GAD enzyme that converts that excitatory glutamate into an inhibitory GABA, and that's not working very well, and you're taking lots of glutamine, that can really get you more amped up and more anxious. So be really informed about that. Number two is infections and inflammation. So inflammation is really rampant. If you're exhausted and burnt out, I assume inflamed until proven otherwise. But the chances are infections from a decreased immune system, from being stressed out, from not getting good natural flavors, to having a microbiome that's overwhelmed, you are more than likely nutrient deficient, and nutrient deficient always precedes infection. So we have Epstein-Barr reoccurring infections, H. pylori, parasitic, molds, fungus, candida, yeast. All of those things, viruses, those can really impact your ability to convert glutamate into GABA. So if you combine that natural flavors with infections and or inflammation, you're going to have a real big challenge with that being overstimulated. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is environment. I mean, environment, we have Wi-Fi, we have molds, we have parasites and pesticides and chemicals and sprays and gases, and all of that will stimulate an enzyme called NOx or NOx, and that NOx enzyme is going to create free radicals, and it's going to deplete you of something called NADPH. And what's really important about NADPH is it's very necessary to convert that glutamate into GABA. So if you have all of these environmental chemicals and exposures that you are being bombarded with, it 100% is contributing to your anxiety. And what will happen is a lot of people will take GABA without fixing that draining of that accumulation, overflowing bucket of glutamate. And now you're wired and tired because now you have high GABA levels and you have high glutamate levels. You never fix the isthmus, or you never fix that weak link in converting glutamate into GABA. So let me summarize. Stress and anxiety relief can be really impacted by the foods that you eat. Make sure you're not eating natural flavor foods, and make sure also you be careful with the glutamine that you're taking to support your gut health. Number two, infections and inflammations will really convert slowly that glutamate into GABA. And you also may want to do a genetic test to see if you have some of those GAD SNPs. And then lastly, the environment, from EMFs to molds to even glutamates will now cause even further depletion. You have infections and pesticides and sprays, and all of those things will impact your increased ability of glutamate and your inability to convert that to GABA. And you're going to be excited and wired and tired and overstimulated and not being able to sleep. And doctors are going to look at you like you're crazy because your blood tests are normal. So hopefully that made a lot of sense. My name is Dr. Joel. Make sure you check out my website. It's called The Truth About Adrenal Fatigue. Make sure you check out my Facebook page. It's called Dr. Joel's Rosen's The Truth About Adrenal Fatigue. If you like this video, just leave me a thumbs up or comment, a share, a like. And if you're looking for help with your own anxiety problem, just reach out to me and I'd love to help. Have an awesome day.